Y'all never heard me, y'all know what's happening, you heard me? Anybody out there, man, look, anybody beefing with my homie game, you heard me? Get at me, believe that. And I said on camp.
I ain't in no gang, you heard me? But at the same time, I love to see blood shit, so that's why I wear the mother shit. Plus, I with my homie game to the fullest.
VL Mike a cold gangster, you know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, what's going on with that?
April 20th, 2008. Began like any other Sunday in New Orleans. VL Mike, born Michael Allen, had plans. He was working toward the release of his debut solo album, It's Only One Me, and friends said he was excited. Just days earlier, he had been on the phone talking about travel plans and business, focused on moving forward. No one close to him reported anything out of the ordinary. No threats, no warnings. He didn't seem paranoid. If anything, he was optimistic. That morning, there were no public sightings, no photos or footage, no messages hinting at what was coming. The rapper moved quietly through the city that made him and would soon take him. At some point that afternoon, VL Mike pulled into the 4700 block of Miles Drive in New Orleans' Fillmore's neighborhood. The exact reason he was there remains unknown. Maybe he was visiting someone. Maybe it was business. Maybe it was a routine stop. But what is known is this: as he stepped out of his vehicle, someone was waiting. Within moments, the day turned to tragedy. It was just after 1 p.m. when the shots rang out. A man stepped towards him, pulled a gun, and opened fire. Witnesses would say the gunman fled on foot. No one chased. No one followed. Michael Allen lay bleeding on the pavement. Multiple gunshot wounds. Someone called for help. He was rushed to University Hospital, but it was too late. Doctors pronounced him deceased shortly after arrival. He was 32 years old. VL Mike's farewell service was held privately, just days after his passing. No press were invited. It was for family, for close friends, and for those who had known Michael Allen before the music, before the headlines, before the blood on the street. There were no arrests that day, no public suspects, no official motive. But on the streets, rumors moved fast. Some whispered revenge. Some whispered rap beef. Others said nothing at all. Within hours, word of his passing had spread across New Orleans, and by nightfall, across the South. The news hit the New Orleans rap scene like a gut punch. Fans flooded his MySpace page, which now reads, R.I.P. VL Mike, in the header. The comment section became a memorial. The latest comment on the page read, I can't believe it. We was just on the phone talking about me and my girl coming back to Atlanta to visit you. I'm going to miss you. You were so loved by many and will be missed by many. One fan wrote, man, VL Mike, I love him. All his songs are off the chain. Just a young man lived a life that got him hit. Well, you know all the time it always be a hater that will do something like that and will always be someone you know. Inside the industry, the silence was loud. BG, the man who had once mentored him and later feuded with him, didn't issue a public statement. When asked in an earlier interview, BG had called their falling out minor, insisting they'd gone their separate ways peacefully. But after the shooting, he said nothing. The streets said plenty. Michael Allen was born in New Orleans on January 19, 1976. He grew up in the city's roughest neighborhoods, shaped by the poverty, crime, and politics that defined life for many in the Crescent City. Before the fame, before the rap name, he was just another kid trying to survive in the city that didn't forgive weakness.
VL Mike was the first one to take me through the streets in New Orleans and show me what's really going on. Like, this is this, these tour with these, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is uptown once you cross over Martin Luther King, and then this is downtown. Like, Mike showed me all the hood that was going on. He was the first one to put me up on that right there, yeah.
Man, how long did it take for you to adjust after you relocated, or did you kind of blend in instantly?
Yeah, I did. The first few months, I didn't really know nobody. Then Mike took me around.
He started rapping young. His voice was heavy, sharp, and unfiltered. By the early 2000s, he was making noise in local circles, carving out a name for himself as a street lyricist with something real to say.
About that shit, I'm like, this nigga here, because he don't look like what he rap. You feel what I'm saying? If you look at him, you'll think he a college student. If you listen to his raps, you're like, man, this can't be the same nigga I just saw. You feel what I'm saying? So I had that same vibe off of him. I'm like, this nigga here, okay, this nigga snapping. And then the next time I saw him, he introduced himself to me. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, all right, bro. I didn't tell him this, but in my mind, yeah, I heard you rapping the other day, bro. I know what you on, bro. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? So
he didn't chase radio hits. He didn't polish the edges. VL Mike rapped exactly how New Orleans sounded. Raw, pained, proud.
You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody who was unfortunately, you know, taken before his time.
Right,
but he was like one of the charismatic figures when it came to the Chopper City Boys. Can you talk about like how y'all met in y'all relationship, bro, prior to him passing? Because you know, before he passed, he was supposed to be linked to like Black Wall Street. He was dissing BG, so on and so forth, man. But you was there from the beginning when he was actually down with the camp before he kind of, you know, parted ways and did his own thing.
That sound caught the attention of BG, one of the city's most famous rap figures and a founding member of Cash Money's original lineup. BG brought him to the independent label Chopper City Records, and soon VL Mike became part of the Chopper City Boyz. With his menacing cadence and no-nonsense delivery, he stood out. In 2007, the group dropped We Got This, an independent success that sold over 30,000 copies in its first week. VL Mike's verses were a highlight. Dark, honest, and aggressive. He wasn't rapping for fame. He was rapping from experience. After the success of We Got This, tensions inside Chopper City Records started to build. Money was one issue. Respect was another.
So you know, it take a lie detector to test your partner? Cause 30 stacks missing? Come on, man. Then after that, the Jacob watch and everything come up missing like I see. He trying to blame different because you dig, he asked my partner, brother, for to take a lie detector test. Brother say, man, I got good charges. You talking about jury. Man, come on, man.
But what pushed VL Mike over the edge was something deeper, something personal. He didn't believe BG was who he said he was.
And before they get to me, I'm gonna get to you. You know how I rock. I've been out here. I shot up barbershops, all the hit nigga. Come on, man. I've been out here, man. And I can speak on that on camera because I went to jail for I done time for the old parish. Not them little kitty camps you did, you was running through. There a couple of real niggas in there. But my cousin held you down, boo-boo. I know what the fuck poppin', you heard me? He made sure nigga ain't you touch you.
In interviews and on record, VL Mike said that BG fabricated his street credentials, said he rapped about a life he hadn't lived. To VL Mike, that was unforgivable. In New Orleans, where authenticity isn't optional, calling someone fake isn't just disrespect, it's war. VL Mike walked away from Chopper City and signed with Sony Epic. But he didn't just move on. He picked up the mic and started swinging. On mixtapes and street DVDs, he he launched direct shots at BG, questioning his past, his character, and his reputation.
Give me that, where the Chopper City piece? Somebody
never get that Chopper City piece back again.
all right. Well, I was just, I wanted to put it on, you know what I'm saying? Just for old times, you know what I'm saying? It's the show, nigga, Chopper City, nigga. All that. I sold you choppers. You never busted. I ain't never saw you shot it in the air. What all your drugs, what all your jail charges is, Jesus? What all your jail charges is, nigga? I'm in a block.
It wasn't just music. It was a smear campaign. One clip showed VL Mike riding through New Orleans neighborhoods, daring people to speak on BG's name. Most wouldn't. A few did.
Let me tell you something, this the 17th. Every hood y'all that saw VL and nigga, this the fucking 17th. When I was small, I used to stay back here first, nigga, keep it thorough, which my grandma stay around the corner. I be everywhere, nigga. Homie don't be everywhere. He see the heart of the fucking streets. But you don't be in the streets like that. Especially since a nigga snatch your chain, bitch. You know, I know, nigga. I know. Everything I get on with y'all punish you. You heard me? You hating on my homie game, it ain't happening, homie. They ask about the blood shit, yeah, you done join a gang, you a gang like that? Nigga, I well read, I like to see blood shit. Leave that shit.
The message was clear. I'm really from here. He's not.
On the phone. Don't play with me, bitch. I don't fold, I don't bend, nigga. Get your fucking mind right, bitch. Stop talking about babe and them, cause you just like the nigga. Come on, that was your Paul before he was Wayne, Paul. Come on, man, keep it real with your self, ass little boy. You know what's y'all with me. Come on, you done see me bad niggas up, man. Get your mind right. I ain't never changed, dog. I'm still the same.
Some commented that the people in the background of his confrontational videos looked uncomfortable, as if they were worried about repercussions from BG or had been blindsided by the interview.
Straight up. Homie not feeding a nigga. You the hard take care of the motherfucking streets. That's what you supposed to do, dog. But you ain't. So I got to do this now. Yo, big dog. Little dog. You heard me? I'm talking to you, dog.
You was a mama's boy. So you rapped about what we done on the streets. And guess what? I'm across the river. Guess what? And you can come see me any given day, and guess what? I slang iron every day, all day. And it's funny coming from the streets. So you know how we rock that shit. Because guess what? Every I rock with, we from the street. We ain't do no dumb shit about no pretend to be rappers, slang guns. I don't carry no gun, but guess what? Any given day, I call a nigga, look, say, bro, bring me a gun. Guess what? He know what we gonna do. We gonna go rock whatever I got into it with. Any from the streets, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do it regardless, whatever. Cause guess what? Coming home, and when brother come home, he gonna tell it like it is.
The most shocking of them all was BG's best friend Bear, who would also slander BG on camera. This was wild. Kevin Funny even went so far as to expose the fact that BG had shot him on self in the hand.
When Chopper City Records co-CEO Carol Dorsey was asked about it, she was quoted saying, "In group settings, it is common to disagree, but we never imagined that Mike would overreact in such a manner. All me and BG offered him was an opportunity to become successful."
Go get your chain back then. Come get your chain back. If you f***ing man, once OG Stepper get you, that's who Gillett talking about, you hear me? OG Stepper, when he say he used to be saying BG on the porch, wah, you know, all that. Nah, homie. It's a whole nother story, now you dig. Shouts out to Gillett, too. BG ain't my real neither, dog. It is what the it is, you hear me? I'm exposing him. His big homie.
By the end of 2007, VL Mike signed a deal with Sony Epic and started working on his solo debut. It's Only One Me. The title said everything. He wasn't trying to blend in. He was stepping out. His last single, Money in Here, featured Manny Fresh, was gaining traction. There was talk that this would be his year. A rare New Orleans artist making the leap from street legend to national name. But his life was cut short before he could see his dream realized. VL Mike's hit was quick, professional. No burglary, no public motive. That silence left room for something else, speculation. And in New Orleans, speculation spreads fast. The first and most persistent rumor pointed at BG. The two had split under tension. VL Mike had called him out publicly. He had embarrassed him. Some believed the disrespect crossed the line that some in BG's circle had taken matters into their own hands. The streets whispered it was retaliation, a warning to others, a way to silence a voice that had gotten too loud. One user commented, "Hot Bezo knocked VL off allegedly. VL never hated on no BG. That man BG tried to Birdman them dudes like what was done to him. VL a real gangster. That man wasn't having that. BG had previously had issues with Birdman, who allegedly owed BG a lot of money, and some people thought BG was trying to do the same thing to VL Mike." The commenter went on to claim that VL had taken videos around the neighborhood dissing BG because BG was damn near a demigod in the streets around that time. Another rumor said it was a paid hit. According to some street accounts, VL Mike had been involved in something else, a past hit, a deal gone wrong. Word was, someone had put a bounty on him, and a known hitman took the job. The name that came up, Jigga, the same man long rumored to have hit Soulja Slim in 2003. No police confirmation, no proof, but Jigga was known, feared, and hard to tie to anything. Others believed it was over something else entirely. That VL Mike had enemies we never saw, ties to street politics that had nothing to do with music, and that whoever took his life didn't care about his album, his legacy, or his past. They just wanted him gone. Was the hitman BG or someone else from the streets? The truth was out there, but no one was saying it.
And did you hear like the rumors like after he got murdered, like BG was allegedly supposed to have had a hand in all of that?
Yeah, man, but that wasn't true at all. That wasn't true at all.
Talk about that, bro.
That wasn't true, man. VL Mike had some street shit going on. That had nothing to do with BG. You feel me? The shit he had going on in the streets, that's what led to his death. You feel what I'm saying? But to the public, the fact that he's dissing BG and saying BG and all this and that, and he all of a sudden getting killed, the streets gonna say BG had something to do with it.
Detectives canvassed the area. Miles Drive, a quiet residential block in the Fillmore neighborhood, had witnesses, but none willing to go on record. But by the time the crime scene was secured, the shooter was long gone. No weapon, no camera footage, no suspect description. The New Orleans Police Department treated it like what it looked like, a targeted hit. But with no cooperation and no physical evidence, they had little to work with. The case stalled almost immediately. Over the years, VL Mike's case has joined a long list of unsolved hit cases in New Orleans. A cold case, technically still open, but frozen by silence. Even now, over a decade later, police haven't closed the file. But without witnesses, without new leads, there's little hope for resolution. VL Mike was a son, a father, a friend. He will be missed. Rest in peace, VL Mike.